Hey everyone, Mike here. I'm really excited to make this video because I think it could benefit a lot of people out there. A little background, I moved into this unit about 2 years ago, and the landlords, they have two dogs, and I knew they had dogs before I moved in, but they told me that the dogs hardly ever barked. But it turns out the dogs do bark, and when they get going, they'll just keep on going, sometimes for an hour straight. And it wasn't very pleasant.
Why did I sign that lease?
So I knew I had to figure out a way to block the sound a little bit coming through the window, because it sounded like the dogs were barking inside the unit. I wanted it to sound like they were barking outside the unit. I knew I wouldn't be able to stop it completely because the barking sound is going to come through the walls. It's going to come through my front door because my front door is kind of thin. But I knew a lot of the sound was coming through the window. So I did a bunch of research online. How am I going to do this myself? And there really weren't any good tutorials on how to do this. There's one company that makes these inserts that go inside the window frame. So I got an estimate from them, and for my two windows, I have one window that's about 4x4 and one window that's 3x4. The estimate was $965. And that seemed like kind of a lot. I'm not a gazillionaire. I'm just a renter too. I don't want to like invest all this money into it. So I found this place that Tap Plastics here in the Bay Area. They will sell you these cuts of plexiglass slash acrylic. Plexiglass and acrylic are the same thing. And I got an estimate from them, and just to have the two cuts for both the windows was about $335. And this is 1/4 inch acrylic. The company that gave me the estimate for the inserts, they use 1/8 of an inch. So I got to get thicker acrylic for less price. Now the challenge was, how am I going to get these in there? And so I racked my brain, like, how am I going to insert these in? Am I going to put rubber around the edges? Finally, I realized, hey, my window frames have a shelf at the bottom. It's like a ridge or a shelf. I'm like, I can get some window seal, put some window seal on the bottom edge, and then also put window seal on the other three edges that are touching the wall. Because the thing with the window seal, you need to have no air leaks. Any air that comes through, that's going to allow sound to come through. So I'm like, okay, I'll put some window seal around the edges. The next challenge was, how am I going to attach these to the wall? I don't want to like nail them on or screw them on or something, or glue them on, because I'm just a renter and I want to be able to take them off when I want to take them off, if I want to air the place out. Then I discovered window screen clips. Okay, so these are the window screen clips. This is a plastic one. I started off with the plastic ones. That's a mistake because these little guys break. So you want to get the metal ones. This is a metal one. These ones will not break. Now there's some bigger metal ones that are actually kind of cooler looking. These guys. These are actually probably the best. Now I got 1/2 inch ones, I think, and these are a little too big because when I put the acrylic in there, it's a little loose. So try to get ones that are a little bit less than 1/2 inch if they have those. What I've been doing is I'll put like a business card. I'll fold up a business card in half and tuck it in there, and that'll give a good pressure seal with the acrylic. Oh yeah, one thing. Ideally, you're going to have a window frame that allows some space between where the acrylic goes and where the glass is. You want to have an air pocket there. That's going to help block out the sound. If your window frame is like right here and your glass is right here and you've got like less than an inch, I really don't know how much effect this is going to have. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't know how much you need, probably 2 or 3 inches at least for this to help. Also, my window frame is kind of curved here. So I had them cut the acrylic about an extra inch just to be safe. And even along the top, about an extra inch. So you can figure out however your window frame is. You might not need to go that far. All right, I'm going to do a little sound test now. And I recommend you put on some headphones so you can really hear the difference. You might not notice the difference too much on laptop speakers. Okay, so I'm going to use this little noise device for the sound source. I'm going to select the crowds. That's the loudest one. And this is about less than 6 inches from the window. So I'm going to turn this on. It's actually pretty loud. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go inside now. By the way, I'm going to use this to record the audio. If I use my phone, the volume might cut out a little bit. Sometimes that happens if the sound source isn't quite loud enough. So let me start recording here. Okay, that's recording. And it's about 2 feet from the window, pointed right at where the sound's coming from. Right over there. I'm going to move it over to the right a little bit more. So it's got a straight shot. Okay. Okay, this might take me a second to get a good seal. Okay, so I've got a decent seal here now. Now let's take it off. So there you have it. One thing real quick I wanted to clarify. You put the window seal on the bottom edge of the plexiglass. Then the weight of the plexiglass on that edge is going to provide the seal. Then you put more window seal on the other 3 edges facing the wall, and then the window screen clips are going to provide the pressure, and that's going to provide the air seal on the other edges. One more side note is my landlords have been working from home since the pandemic started. It's 2020 right now when I'm making this video. And the dogs hardly ever bark anymore. So that's been the one good thing to come out of this pandemic for me. But the plexiglass did help the noise, for sure. If you end up trying this yourself, leave a comment below and let me know how it worked out for you. And if you find any tips that might help other people, then people can read through the comments and we can all kind of learn from each other. And I'm not going to be living here forever, so at my next apartment, I might end up doing this. So I want to read your comments. Also, please consider subscribing and liking the video. That'll help it show up in searches that other people do, trying to find this kind of help. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers too. So anyway, good luck, and may you have peaceful days and nights wherever you're living.